11 Weather Impact Forecast is sponsored by Tom Sondergeld Plumbing and West Shore Home.
Well, let's talk about our weather for a little bit here at 5:15 on this gorgeous day. Mallory, this is the kind of summer day that you think, oh, this will last for a while. We had one day of it. We've got another day of it.
Yeah.
But we all know Kentuckiana's summer sooner or later is going to come. This is probably right on time for the 4th of July.
It really
It's going to be so hot next week.
I know. We're talking 90s next week, but we're rounding out June, heading into July. That's pretty much what we could expect this time of year, right? This kind of weather that we've had has been unusually nice and cool, especially the evening and overnight hours into the early morning as well. Thanks to the very low humidity, high pressure has been keeping us dry with lots of sunshine. We've had some clouds during the afternoon and evening hours both days, but we are tracking a rainy end to the week. In fact, storm chances actually return on Thursday. They'll be scattered for the afternoon and evening hours, kind of like more of your typical summertime pop-ups, but a front will actually be what triggers them as it moves in from the north. And then that front, it stalls out over us, and that's going to bring waves of rainfall Friday and Saturday, some of which will be heavy at times. Next week, our pattern changes to a ridge of high pressure. And what that means, yes, highs returning to the low to mid 90s. You'll notice here our long range temperature outlook, just a lot of orange. So low to mid 90s for the end of June and the beginning of July. And that could be sticking with us for a bit. Of course, once we factor in the higher humidity, our feels like temperatures will likely be in the triple digits. So be prepared for that next week. Find a way to stay cool. But before we get to that, we do have rain chances returning. 40% tomorrow for the afternoon and evening, up to 70% Friday and Saturday. This will come in waves, really dependent on where that boundary sets up. And with that, we'll have heavy rainfall at times. We'll have to watch for some stronger storms, but I think heavy rainfall and flooding will be the highest threat that we do see here. Some of that will linger on Sunday before tapering off, and then Monday, just a 20% chance as we start to get into that ridge pattern. But you'll notice here our excessive rainfall outlook. So this is our heavy rain that could lead to flash flooding outlook. We do have a level of 2 out of 4 here for Friday and also for Saturday. That will start to push off to the southeast. So with this, we are expecting a few inches of rainfall. We could pick up 1 to 3 or even 2 to 4 inches, depending on where showers and storms kind of train over the same areas. So far, showers and storms are far off to our northwest. High pressure should keep us nice and dry this evening with just some clouds increasing. Temperatures in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Once we get into tonight, temperatures will cool back off into the 60s. You'll notice maybe a sprinkle or two off to the north tomorrow morning, but the better chance for showers and storms will be after the heat and humidity builds tomorrow afternoon, and then by about the rush hour or dinner time, we'll start to see those storms fire up in southern Indiana and push down to the south and southeast. A few of those could pack a punch with wind, heavy rain, or even some small hail. Otherwise, your 7-day forecast, our weather impact alert days are Friday and Saturday. Once again, we are tracking the threat of heavy rain that could lead to some localized flooding concerns. And then on Sunday, we have some lingering rain possible for the morning before we do transition into that summertime pattern. That will really take over next week. And we do have a new episode of Whether or Not. Me and John Gordon tonight, we're obviously recapping the severe weather that we had last Wednesday, Thursday, and then over Sunday nights.
You sure you want to go over that again?
Yeah, they were both very long nights,
I
right?
know, big long nights with, as we saw, more tornadoes coming down out of the sky.
Yeah, so we talk about the latest on the tornado ratings, the cleanup efforts. We also talk about the European heat wave. And in fact, you can hear a clip of it right now.
It's really interesting because we're going to get a lot of rain, and then we get what's called the death ridge.
Yes.
So next week is summer.
Yeah, next week
is summer. Play the Beach Boys music. Summer's coming.
And of course, you get John's great personality.
Can you have a better term than the, what do you call it? The death ridge?
Yeah, that is what it's called.
Is it?
So, yes, that's at least what we call it in the weather world. But we're talking about, obviously, the forecast to come. So be sure to stream our new episode of Whether or Not. It'll be on at 8 tonight, or you can stream it on demand at any point on the WHAS 11 Plus app.